when you get a chance, I think everyone should listen to listen to or watch the interview with Vladimir Putin and Tucker Carlson. And just, it's three sides to a story. And that's with anybody, any relationship, friendship, this politics shit, the police, all of this. Like everybody has a right to their opinion. I know social media and has changed that, everybody these days, motherfuckers can't have opinions, but you still can have opinions. But if you listen to a lot of the stuff that Putin says, just as far as Ukraine, engaging with neo-Nazis and stuff like that. And I remember when they first started showing that people were fleeing from Ukraine because of the war, and I don't know if a lot of people remember, but a lot of the Africans that were living in Ukraine, they weren't even letting them leave or get on the trains or any of that. Like it was a problem getting them out, and only a few people would show it, but it would only be on social media. Of course, it wouldn't show it on TV and stuff like that. So it wasn't a surprise hearing that from Putin. But it's no way in the world that we are still sending money over there, and it's our taxpaying dollar, and we have to continue to do it. And if we don't do it, you don't understand it. And I hear a lot of people saying, well, you don't understand how this works. No, I understand how this works, because I live right here in the United States of America, and we're going through a war right here. Economic, mental health. Our kids cannot fucking read. Grand Theft Auto is their teacher. The other day, they said in Chicago that 457 cars were stolen in 1 week. I mean, it's becoming a competition at this point. People are getting knocked upside their heads every day. It's 60 to 70 robberies, but they just gave $17 million to some black and brown restaurants so they can feed the migrants when there are hungry homeless and veterans out here. I mean, they're playing in our face with our tax dollars. There's nothing for us. Black people are getting evicted out of their houses because they cannot pay their rent, and there's no places where they can get help to pay their rent, but they have money for illegals to get housing, so none of this is making any sense. And so the only thing we do have left is our vote, and to basically read these policies and not go for this two political party thing is some bullshit. If black people do not come together like every other race does, we're fucking doomed. And they're showing that. This is, in 2024, you would never expect this to be like how this is. And it's going to continue to get worse if we do not start asking questions. I mean, and it's okay. A lot of people are scared to say certain things because their social media will be shadow banned and stuff like that. But the more people start saying stuff, the more people start going down to these city council meetings and start talking to their friends and family and basically saying, we're not going to vote. I don't give a fuck. At this point, it's a disrespect. It's a disrespect for us. And I'm not saying go Republican, but these Democrats are terrible. And again, none of them, including Robert Kennedy Jr., has no black agenda. You cannot sit here and say that you do not have money for our reparations when to sit here and say we're $33 trillion in debt. Man, make some more money, but find our reparations. You want our vote? You want us to understand that Kamala Harris can go on this reproductive tour, this women's reproductive tour. Let me tell you something. Women gonna have abortions with or without the Republicans' consent. So you can just go ahead with that. You need to go back when you talked about how it would be a study when it came to our reparations, when you're giving all this money to everybody else. It's $33 billion. $300 billion have been spent on illegal immigration for the migrant crisis. It's $300 billion has been spent in the last year. And you can't sit here and say you can't find our reparations? And you don't even speak about it. But we must vote. We must vote. And we must vote Democrat. The only reason why we are paying attention to what's really going on, because we really never really paid attention until Trump first got in office like that. We were paying attention, but we really weren't paying attention. But now we're seeing all this money in our face going to everywhere else but our communities or to help our communities. A lot of the black journalists and the black influencers and political influencers, what do y'all have to say for this? Y'all keep trying to say like we have to understand that the migrants have to come over here and they pay taxes too. They do not pay as much taxes as we have paid. They just got over here. So what the fuck is you talking about? Like, a lot of stuff that y'all are saying don't make any sense, and y'all know it don't make any sense. But y'all have to say something because y'all have been bought and sold from the Democratic Party. But it's not going to work this time. So, like, black people, we got to figure it out. You know, I really want to prove Mr. Gregory wrong when he say entertainers ain't nothing but pieces of shit. But right now, I mean, I don't know. It's still the beginning of the year, but like some got to give, man. Something got to give, because this shit don't make no fucking sense, and it's not gonna make no sense until we start asking the questions that we should have asked a long time ago. But now was the time, and I tell people all the time, black people, we will show up late to the party, but when we get there, the party starts. So come on, like I'm waiting for y'all. I'm really waiting for y'all.